Can I ask then for Martin and John, who are doing the next presentation? Martin is part of the establishment of user involvement, peer advocate and service user consultant by experience, first of its kind in Ireland, which is fantastic. And John is a volunteer trainee counsellor with Contact and a defender with Praxis. And he's looking to become a peer advocate and facilitator in Belfast. So this is Belfast Recovery College.
Yeah, I'm on already.
All right. Oh, you are already? I'm out of date already. Isn't that's terrible. Okay. Right, thank you very much.
How do we follow that then? Yeah. The question is, for us, why not give people hope? I'm a service user myself, and we see the future as a blank sheet. Sometimes when you see the future, you see all the bad stuff, and you can't see the future as a blank sheet, and that's what recovery education does for me. It fills in the sheet. It shows you where you're going. Am I really that person there behind the mask? We hide behind falseness. You've worn the mask so long you cannot recognize your own face. And that is, for me, mental illness. Through recovery education, we can explain who we are, why we are, and understand it ourselves and help others understand it. Some people confuse mental health, living with mental health conditions, with stupidity, and they see them as one and the same things. But with recovery education, we find in the Belfast Trust, we can say why we're here, how we're here, and explain that we are the intelligent persons that we hope others will see us as. This is sometimes what you see in the mirror. Who is the strange face in the mirror? I believe sometimes you believe this is the truth. But recovery education, you work as equals with professionals, you co-deliver courses, and you show people just exactly who you are. That one kept me awake at nights, that one. Hope, control, and opportunity. You've got all these words like schizoaffective, schizophrenia, manic depression, bipolar, whatever words they're going to use. We don't really understand them. You feel helpless. But recovery education gives you a language, and education is power, it's knowledge, and that's what recovery education is for me. It gives you hope, control, and opportunity, and a new vision to see things. Yep. Recovery College is a paddle. That's where we are. And the paddle doesn't tell you, a paddle's a tool like medication. It doesn't tell you exactly what destination you're taking, but it gives you a direction. It gives you a tool, somewhere you can go in that direction with that paddle. The same old thinking gets you the same old results. Well, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And that's what insanity really is. It's not about teaching wellness, it's about shrinking the illness. It's about living with the illness, it's about making it smaller. And that's the new thinking. And it gives you direction in life, where you're going. It gives you signposts. Education is the most empowering force in the world. It creates knowledge and builds confidence. It breaks down the barriers to opportunity. You mightn't get a degree from it, but you live to a better degree. Not finished yet. We don't make excuses. I'm there because I want to be. I'm there because we don't take referrals. People are there because they want to be, and I certainly want to be there. You mightn't get wellness from it. It's not therapy, but you get education. And this is a very special photograph for us because the person in this photograph is actually in the audience. He's a young boy climbing the path. He's still wearing the same jumper, even though he's 60 years old now. 48 years ago, and together we can address barriers. We're used to barriers in Belfast, and we'll climb over walls. I'll pass you over now to Martin.
Coming together in an environment of learning, we help to break the stigma. We take away the stigma and the silence. I'm lost there. You make it move on. Okay. In Belfast, we're not trying to look to build a a recovery community. We're living within a community that is in recovery, and that's why it's important we have different classes for people to come from all places, looking after their money, getting a better sleep, spirituality. So all those things are important to everyone, and everyone's invited. No one should be isolated. We try to have a common sense approach, and our students have told us that they like the outreach technique that we use. So for us, we have 1,200 students, and at the minute we have 60 educators, and that's come from professional and peers. So a lot of those are, I'm getting lost here. Okay. A good education is to use the knowledge that we create to create possibilities. The college is a good place to have those possibilities. And like Willy Wonka said, welcome to the world of possibilities. At the college, we see students. At the college, we see students who have become educators. We see how they have learned. We see how that education have showed them how to move forward. For us, education, recovery education, is something within ourselves, and we need to go out and show the world what we are. We feel that the strength even to ask to come onto your course is very important, and it takes a lot of courage. That's why admin, when you're answering the phone to someone, you need to be the right person to be able to take that call and be able to bring people along, because that could be the make or break, and they could be coming onto that class to get that bit of information that could change their lives. For us, learning every day is a school day. So if we learn together, we talk together, we come together, and within a community, we should not isolate ourselves and become a community over here as recovery. We are all in recovery, and that's why we need to share our learning. And once you get that bite that you realize that you are someone, that you realize that you're worth, by talking to others, telling your story, and know how awesome you are, then the sky's the limit. You're just on the foot of the ladder. Like my window cleaner says, you have to start at the bottom. You know what I mean? So everything has to move up. And for us, this is the question. I mean, when you're in a recovery mode, you begin to see the light breaking through the darkness, where once you used to see the darkness overtaking the light. And for our question today is, why should we not share the hope to others? It's within us, give it to others as well.
We're more than just a rock group. This is the Levellers. The Levellers were a social movement after the English Civil War, and they wanted natural rights and justice. We want to level the land by giving everyone an education, and that's why we've got the Levellers as our final slide. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you.